You have seen them, blue, red, green. Many arms, strange gifts in their hands. It looks like a room full of gods. It isn't. Every one of them is a Yidam, your own awakened nature, wearing a face you can love. This is the second root. This is what you have been singing to. Not a god above the clouds, not a king to please. The Yidam is your own true face in colors you can see. Chenrezig, Tara the medicine blue, the five who hold the mandala's ground, each one a mirror wearing form,
each one your own true sound. Why not just sit in emptiness if emptiness is true? Because the heart cannot hold nothing. The heart needs a face to hold on to.
You cannot fall in love with vastness. You cannot kiss the sky.
But give compassion arms and eyes, and something in you says that's mine. So the tradition wise and tender did not hand you the bare abyss. It dressed awakening in a body and said, begin with this.
Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ, Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ, Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ, Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ.
And nothing in that body is decoration or design.
Each color is a wisdom,
each hand a gift of mine.
the 1,000 arms of Chenrezig, not a wonder but a vow.
That compassion needs 1,000 hands,
because the world needs help right now.
The sword is cutting confusion. The lotus is unstained.
The mirror shows without flinching.
The vase is never drained.
Read the form like a sentence,
and every line will say
one thing you carry in you,
waiting for its day.
Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ, Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ, Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ, Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ.
Here is the term that changes everything.
Here is the Tantric art.
You do not beg the deity
for what is missing from your heart.
You practice being it.
You wear the shape.
You learn the tone.
You hold the posture of awakening
until it stops feeling alone.
Not pretending to be more than you are.
The opposite is true.
Practicing to stop pretending.
You are less than what you are and who.
Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ, Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ, Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ, Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ.
And the mantra is the deity in
the only body you can hold.
Not a picture, not a statue,
a shape of sound,
6 syllables old.
Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ.
The jewel inside the flower,
compassion wed to wisdom,
6 sounds
and all their power.
You cannot always see a form.
You cannot always sit.
But the sound goes where you go.
sparkles in it. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Stay with the second root a little longer. There is something about the ending of the practice that gives the whole game away. What happens when the deity dissolves? At the end of every practice, the deity does not stay. The form melts back into light, and the light melts into open space. That dissolving is not the end of the practice. It is the point of it. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ.
You build the form so carefully, each color, each detail.
And then before you rise, you let it
Melt like breath on a window pane and pale.
The crown dissolves to light, the arms, the lotus, and the gaze
Loosen, brighten, and are gone into a shining haze. And why? Because a deity
you could keep would be a lie.
The dissolving proves it never was
A solid thing outside your eye. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ.
So it comes from openness,
And it returns to open ground,
like a wave that rises out of ocean.
and is never lost and never found.
The form was never separate.
The emptiness was never bare,
They were two ways of saying one thing.
and the deity lived in there.
This is the Tantric secret.
Plain as morning on the sill,
Appearance and openness together.
neither one standing still. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. And which one is for you? The tradition smiles and says, the one you cannot stop returning to, the one your chest already has.
For some, it is the mother.
Green and swift and never far.
For some, the blue one still as water.
For some, the healing star.
Whichever face keeps finding you,
Whichever name comes when you weep.
that is your mind selecting.
The mirror it can keep. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. There is a question that undoes the whole practice in the best possible way. You are imagining a Buddha of light, fine. But what is doing the imagining? Look there. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. You picture the deity clearly. You hold the light, the crown, the hue.
But turn the question back around. What is the light in you? The one who sees the vision was never in the frame.
The seeing was already luminous before you gave it a name.
So the deity you carefully build is a signpost kindly made,
pointing at the seeing in which the whole thing played. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme
practice ripens, it walks out of the shrine.
The stranger's face is Tara's,
The crowded street divine.
the sound of traffic mantra,
The ordinary day a field,
where everything is already sacred.
and nothing needs to be healed. This is what the training does.
It does not add a god.
It takes the veil off everything and shows the holy ground you trod.
Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. And here is the secret of the second root. You sang to your own true face. Every mantra you have ever whispered was a homecoming, not a chase.
Chenrezig was your compassion.
Tara was your ready hand.
The medicine Buddha's lap is calm.
Was your own healing understood at last?
You were never far from them.
You were never being scored.
You were practicing to recognize
The awake you can't ignore. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. Om Maṇi Padme Hūṃ. The second root is the deity. Not a god above you, not a judge, not a king. Your own awakened nature, wearing the form you could love, long enough to recognize it.
the form arose from openness,
The form dissolved to openness,
and the one who watched it come and go.
that was the Yidam all along.